Hello everyone, welcome back. In this session, let's discuss about Power BI introduction. And many of you already aware the weekend batch and weekday batch started 2 weeks back, and they were running successfully. And many people are learning from very scratch. There are a mix of people from non-IT and IT, and SQL background, non-SQL background, and BA background, non-BA background. There are many people in the batch with mix of different things. But because I started from very scratch from SQL, many are learning, and I'm very happy for that. But a plan for 50 hours to cover everything like Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service, and Report Server, Report Builder, HSAS, and Azure Analytics Services, and DAX. But because of SQL and different installations and these introduction things, all these things, I have to spend a few more hours additionally. Maybe it will take 55 hours or 60 hours. So that's why I just want to cover this introduction part and SQL part and different installations all together in the YouTube videos. So for the next 10 to 15 days, because we have still time to start the batch. So as of now, tentatively, the batch will start from March 29th or April 5th. So any of these 2 days, the new batch will start. So before these 2 dates, I am going to post the SQL videos, not complete SQL because SQL has many things to know. At least the basics who are very new to SQL and they want to enter into BA space, at least for them, because even in the current batches, out of many people, 70%, 80% are they know SQL already. So for few people, I have to start from very scratch. That's why who are very new to SQL, they can start seeing these videos before start of next batch. Again, this will continue for other batches as well. And we'll start from Power BI from the very first class. So that's why even I can cover more content. I have more time also. So one thing is don't see it as Power BI, see it as data because it can be BA platform or analytics platform or data engineering or retail platform. We deal with the data. That's why data is very important. So we can fetch data from multiple sources. It can be from file sources like Excel, CSV, and database like Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle SQL, PostgreSQL, and Metrizza and MySQL. SQL has different forms. At least if you know one SQL like MySQL or MS SQL, even tomorrow if you go to a new company where they use Oracle SQL, that will be easy for you. That's why I always recommend to learn SQL. And we can also get data from different applications and big data platforms and streaming applications and IoT sensors. So depends on the company you're working on, depends on the project you're working on. The data source may differ. So we will see at least 10 to 15 sources in these sessions, but that's not the end. Maybe tomorrow, once you join a new company in Power BI role, you may see some new source as well. But source is not important because source is just consisting to establish the connection between your Power BI desktop and data source. Once you take the data to Power BI desktop, what you are going to do, that's very important. And data have different roles, different forms. We can have SQL developers and SQL DBAs. We have ETL tools like DataStage, Informatica, SSIS, Talent, Pentaho, and BA tools like Tableau, ClickView, and Looker from Google, SAP BI, IBM Cognos, and Oracle OBI, SSRS again from Microsoft, and Spotfire, TIBCO Spotfire, MicroStrategy. They're all different BA tools in the market. At least if you know already prior experience on any BA tools, Power BI is very easy to understand. Even if you don't know prior experience, don't have any prior experience in BA platform, I'll explain from very scratch and you can learn very easily. And we have analytics platform. We can do predictions and uh, we can do machine learning, artificial intelligence. For that, we have R and Python. There are many things we can deal with the data. And these are the different roles available in the market. For the data team altogether, we have data team on a whole, BA team, ETL team, data engineering team, we have data governance team, data quality team, because few might be already aware of these things, but for very few people who are very new to this BA platform, so for them, I'm just explaining all these things. So we have SQL developer roles and SQL DBA roles, data warehouse developers, data warehouse, data architects, BA consultants, again, BA managers, BA developers, data analysts, BA analyst, BA specialist, reporting analyst. All these things are different roles, what you can see in the companies. So we don't know prior like what roles they are going to offer to you, but whatever the role you will see for sure you'll be part of visualization tool. It can be Power BI or Tableau, whatever you will use for sure. So few will closely work with the business like BA analyst or data analyst. Depends on the roles they're associated with and depends on the technology they're associated with. You'll be any of these roles once your journey start into different data platforms. And also, if you have more experience and you're there for very long term in data, you can also be head of data analytics, head of BA analytics platform. So that also may happen. So this is for someone who are very new. Once you join the company as a Power BI developer or whatever the BA business intelligence roles, you will be part of projects, new projects, or you can also get ad hoc reporting. Ad hoc reporting means whenever required, they will reach out to you. You have to develop the reports and you have to give the solutions to them. Or you can be part of new projects. Like for example, once you join the company, they'll assign to a new project to you. Or you can be on migration projects or support projects. Migration means nowadays from other BA tools like Oracle OBE, SSRS, and Cognos, Tableau, and MicroStrategy. So all of these they are migrating to Power BI, and there are different reasons for that. So that's why if you have any prior experience, like say for example, if you know already IBM Cognos or SSRS or Tableau, few companies expect these kind of people. So for the migration especially, if you know already something and Power BI together, they'll prefer you. So these projects especially, they will take those candidates who knows both Power BI and the prior experience on other BA tools. And support means already the project is done and you will be recruited for some bugs and enhancements to clear the bugs, all these things. So it can be part of either new projects, new developments, or migration projects or support projects. And admin roles is something common for any platform. So these are all the things you may see in the real time. And why I stress SQL, like why I stress to learn SQL is very important because a few companies prefer to take candidates who know SQL and Power BI, and few companies prefer to take candidates who know SQL, ETL, and Power BI. Same ETL like SQL, MSBA, Power BI. So everyone will get a job for sure because depends on opportunities, depends on company requirements. And in the MSB, we have three different things. One is SSIS, which is ETL platform, and SSAS, which is analysis platform, and SSRS, which is reporting platform. So before Power BI, we were using SSRS as a reporting platform. So these three things we do in Visual Studio, which is we have to install Visual Studio. We call it as SSDT, which is SQL Server Data Tools. And apart from these things, we have Power BI. This is a standalone tool where we can install separately and we can do data modeling and visualizations and we can publish to Power BI service for the end users. So if you know all these things, that is really advantage for you. And again, in SSAS, we have two different things. One is multidimensional, other one is tabular model. And again, tabular model has two things. One is on-premises, this is cloud, this is on-premises. Most of the companies who deal with Power BI, they prefer to go for tabular model. So these two things we will see in our sessions and we will see in the real time only. Next, these are different things we can do in the real time. So at any point of time, we start with data sources. So it can be Excel or a SQL or data lakes or SharePoint or OneDrive, whatever the source it can be. We start with these data sources. Then we can take that to Power BI desktop and do all these things. Then at the end of the day, we publish to Power BI service, and these are the people who view the reports. Because all these things, whatever we do as a developer, it is for these people. We can call them as business user or end users. So how we can do? There are different methods, depends on the company and how they want to do all these things. We can take data to Power BI desktop and we can do the data modeling and visualizations and DAX and everything. We can publish that to Power BI service or Power BI report server. There are two things. This is cloud. This is on-premises. Same thing. Third way is we can take data to SSS tabular model, which is in Visual Studio, and we can deploy that to SSAS instance we call. So from here, we do data modeling and we can take that to Power BI desktop, do the reporting, like visualizations, everything. Then we can publish to Power BI service or Power BI report server. This also may happen in few companies. Like these are four different ways. And few companies go with cloud. So this is on-prem version, this is cloud version of analysis services. So few companies go with this option and they'll do all the data modeling here and they can take that to Power BI desktop and they publish to Power BI service. And few companies will also do Power BI report builder. So this is we call something as page related reports, which is we cannot do in Power BI desktop or Power BI reports our desktop. So for the purpose of this page related reports, few companies follow this approach and they'll publish to Power BI service. So we don't know really what exactly the company is expecting before we join there. So they will ask you these things in the interview process itself, whether you know all these things or not. But the good news is we are going to see everything in our sessions. It's not just about Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service. We see SSAS and Azure Analysis Services, and we see Power BI Report Builder and the Power BI Report Server. Everything I'm going to cover in the real-time manner, and whatever we are going to learn, you will do the same thing in the real time, except the data will change. Because let's say, for example, the company who is already using Power BI service, they might not use Power Report server. This combination may exist or may not exist. But if you know these things, it will be advantage for you. Maybe tomorrow, if you want to go to any company where they're expecting report server, that will be already advantage for you. That's why I'm covering everything in our sessions. And majorly for any BA platform, not just Power BI, first thing is that to understand the data. So before we go to data modeling and reporting the visualizations and everything, first we should know what are the requirements we are getting for our development, and what is the data telling to us, and what are the tables involved, what is the relations, all these things we have to understand. That's the very first step. It can be if you work on Tableau, or if you work on ClickView or Looker, whatever the data platform or BA platform, this is very important. Second thing, data modeling. So once you know all these things, once you understand the data, and once you know the requirements, then we can do data modeling with the help of facts and dimensions and relationships, everything in any other BA platform. Then we can also involve SQL and DAX, because this is specific to Power BI DAX. Let's say if you're working on Tableau, we can write expressions differently there, and ClickView, we can write different expressions there. But for Power BI, it is called DAX. And SQL, I don't need to mention this explicitly because it is already integral part of BI. So because we don't separate SQL with BI, because those two work together. Because many companies, most of the companies have databases, they maintain databases for their day-to-day business. That's why we don't separate SQL separately and BA separately. That's why it is integral part of BA. That's why I also recommend to learn SQL if you are very new to this BA platform. And visualizations. And especially if you know this first, second, and fourth, not just Power BI. Maybe today you're working on Power BI. Tomorrow, if you work on Tableau or ClickView or Looker, that will be advantage for you. That's why I always recommend to see first, understand the data, then do the proper data modeling, then go to visuals. And in between, yes, we use DAX or SQL queries for all these things, which is we call query language. So we have different data sources. We take from different data sources to Power BI desktop. And here we do data modeling and reporting with the help of DAX. Yeah, all these things we do here. Then we publish our reports to Power BI service. So publish or deploy, we use these terms in the real time, both are same. So once you publish your report to Power BI service, your end users, like your business users, will log into their Power BI service accounts, and they can see the reports in mobiles, tabs, or PCs. So I'm going to provide two accounts for you, which is as a user account and developer account. So if you practice in this way, it will be useful for you. So it means as a developer, what are the roles you can do? You can use this account, which is the account, any of these two accounts. And user account means once you share the reports to the users, how they will see from their end. So that's why if you practice in this way, and even the real time also, it will be helpful for you. So whatever we are going to see in the sessions, all the Power BI service, Power BI desktop, SSAS, and everything, the same we can see in real time. Nothing will change except the data. All the concepts, all the scenarios, maybe you can face some more scenarios or less scenarios, but data will be different. But it is a tool, and what are all the options at this point of time, that will remain same for you. And we have something called gateways, we call as on-premises data gateways. So we have two things, two terminologies we use. One is cloud, other one is on-premises. So cloud means online, on-premises means our own servers and hard disk. So understand it this way, let's say you have photos. If the photos are in Google Drive, that is cloud. If the photos are in your disk, which is your hard disk in your system, in laptop or whatever, that is called on-premises. So see also data in the same way. If the data resides in your system, in your on-premises, in your servers, in your hard disk, that is called on-premises. If the data is in cloud or in online, that is called cloud. See the same thing in data also. If the data is part of your own hard disk and your own systems within your premises, that is called on-premises. If the data is pushed to cloud, which is online, that is called cloud sources we call. So between your on-premises data and cloud, because Power BI service is cloud, so between your on-premises data and cloud, we require a gateway. So we will see all these things in Power BI service, how to install, how to configure all these things. And I don't know how many of you are aware of these things. This is something called Gartner Research. It's a company, a research company. They do research every year. This is the latest research from them from February 2021. You can see here. As of February 2021, Microsoft is leader in the BA analytics platform. So even it was leader since last many years. So yeah, even now we have many opportunities in Power BI. Before 2 years, also we have many opportunities. Even now, there are many opportunities because Power BI is cost effective and many people can afford these things. Many companies can afford these things. That's why if there are more companies start using Power BI, we can see more opportunities. That's why everyone started learning Power BI nowadays. And few people would have told you that Power BI is very easy and you can learn within a month and get a job. I can partially agree on that because even though you learn within a month, you cannot compete with people who are inexperienced in the company. That's why you should also practice in a way where you can compete with other people in the company. So for that, I am going to train you in the real-time way, like how where to start and what to do and all these things. So that's all for now. If you're interested to learn Power BI from very scratch and with more interactions and everything, you can join the batch, which is starting from 29th of March or April 5th. I will announce again in the YouTube, like which is the exact date. As of now, I'm thinking March 29th. If that's not possible, April 5th will be the new batch. So if anyone interested, please share with them. Or if you want to reach out to me, you can post in the comments. Or you know my email, it will be part of any YouTube videos description. You can reach out from there. So that's all for now. We'll see you next video. Thank you so much. Bye everyone.